Do you consistently want 10 plus pyramid runs when you do Tempoross solo? Let me show you how it's done. This is all you need: 7 buckets, 1 rope, and a hammer. If you don't have barbarian fishing unlocked, which you should, you can easily replace one of the buckets with an harpoon. To make Tempoross even easier, you should install the Tempoross plugin. Enough diddle-daddling, let's get to it. Now our first goal is to get Tempoross at 10% energy. And to do that, we need 16 fish, cooked, load them into the cannon, and shoot away. Ah, there we go. I thought for a minute the plugins didn't work. Now the reason why we want Tempoross at 10% is because he's gonna be calm. He doesn't want to do any fancy stuff. There's gonna be no clouds with thunder, there's gonna be no waves. Now doing this strategy, timing is quite important. So keep attention to the fishing spots because they do change places. Also, we want to be on the lookout for the leaping fish spot, because we want to fish there ASAP. And there we go, the fish spots change places. Now the leaping fishing spot shouldn't... Aha! Now we're gonna immediately go over there and finish up the 16 fish. Two more and then we can start cooking. Alright, first task done. Let's get them cooked. Now here in a little bit the wave is going to come in, and because we have the plugin we can see the timer. If you press it around the midway, you should have more than enough time to get down there and tether yourself to the pole. Whoa, okay. I know it works every time, but that is so close. It's not going to be long now until we have to run towards the cannon, and I recommend you always pre-move, I guess it's called, pre-move your cursor, yeah? So it's faster to move. And there we go, 16 fish is cooked. Now we're going to ignore the fires until after we have filled the cannon. Alright, almost done. I'm gonna prepare to douse all the fires. It is somewhat important to douse all the fires here, because if you don't, there's gonna be no waves, since you set 10% Tempoross. So if you don't remove them, these fires are gonna spread and become a problem real fast. Now we need a full inventory of fish, cook them, and load them all inside the cannon. And this is gonna be a breeze, because there's gonna be no storms. And as mentioned before, keep attention to the fishing spots, because we do have a deadline, which is 93 intensity at the max. Then you need to be running towards the boat and load the cannon. And we got the full inventory, now we gotta cook them. We've had some minor bad RNG with the fishing, so the timing might be a little bit off, but we should be able to make it anyway. Alright, the intensity is getting there. Oh, 92. I'm moving. So we have one fish that didn't get cooked, which means we're not going to be able to get Tempoross at 10% with this batch. But do not fear, I'll show you how to salvage the run. Even though he's down, we're still going to load the cannon. Now in this situation, I will not load the uncooked fish. That is because after we've done some damage to him, I'm going to immediately go over and cook it, and then load it in the cannon to get him at 10% before he does any storms. Now here our aim is to get him around 60 health. Now don't go out of your way to damage him more than around the 60%, because we want to go back to fishing as soon as possible. And especially in this case, because we're a little bit behind. Alright, I'm gonna stop at the 63 mark. Now if you actually manage to cook all the fish before this step, just immediately start fishing and get a full inventory. Alright, my fish is cooked. I'm just gonna rush back to the cannon. And he's now at 10% energy. Now this step is the most relaxing one of them all. We just need a full inventory, cook them all, load it in the cannon, just as before. I hope you guys are enjoying this video, even though it's not edited as much. I just feel like it made it very easy to then communicate the steps properly. But with that said, I'm very interested in hearing your guys' thoughts about it. So please do give me some feedback in those comments. Throw down a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Alright, inventory full. Let's go cook. And now, just as before, we're going to load all the fish into the cannon before damaging the boss. At this time we want to get his health down to around the 30 mark. Now this next phase is a little bit tricky. We need a full inventory of fish, then we cook them, then we drop them at the first cannon, then we go back down, we fish 16 fish, cook those, then we load those into the second cannon, then we pick up the dropped fish and then load the first cannon also. Alright, I'm going to stop here at 35%. Start fishing a full inventory. Just to clarify, this is going to be cannon 1. And over here is cannon 2. It'll make a little bit more sense once I do it. Alright, we're making good time. Already a full inventory. Now I'm going to run to the first cannon. And then drop all the fish. Here it's very nice to have the shift left click as a drop shortcut. Now quickly go back down and get the 16 fish. Alright, the last batch. Time to get these cooked up. Now we're gonna run towards the second cannon and load these fish in. And this is actually pretty cool, so we're gonna skip an entire damaging session and let him enrage, but because we're using 2 cannons, we can actually out-damage the enrage meter and be able to kill him. And as soon as we're done loading the second cannon, we immediately pick up the drop fish and load them into the first cannon. And all there's left to do is go back down and finish off Tempoross. Just look at that storm intensity meter though, it is increasing fast. But our damage is stronger. Look at all that fire, man. Holy. And there we go, 11 permits. Not bad. Now let's get out of here. And that is how you solo Tempoross and get 10+ permits every time. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.